Slow. There we go.
It is slower going
Hello.
live.
Yeah, we're pokey today. Things are a little slow. Hello,
Since we were
everybody.
supposed to be last Sunday, we messed up. We missed the first Sunday of March.
Oh my goodness. It's been a
I,
time is very odd lately for me.
February's too short. I can't deal with short months.
Yeah, everything's moving. Jen is in a halo of light today. The spring is coming. Her angels are all around her. You just like have this crown of light. So hi everybody. Yay, I'm glad people are coming in. Um, so we are doing today manifesting, marching into manifesting. Hi Beth Cat. We are marching into manifesting. So, spring is such an amazing time to think about manifesting. Everything's rebirthing, things are renewing, and it's always a great time to like visit. We were thinking a great time to visit, what do you want? What are you doing with yourself? We are facing such changes globally and interplanetarily. We're moving into the age of Aquarius. So we're moving from 2,000 years of Pisces into Aquarius. Everything is new, and it's, what do you want to manifest in that? How do you want to manage all this crazy change? What do you want really to take with you and bring forward and make true for yourself? What do you want? So this is an amazing time to do that. I was just thinking of it's so much more challenging, and I think it's so much more of a kind of life lesson and a soul lesson to manifest what you want now, because there's so much blowback and so much divide and difficulty and anger and all these things. It's hard to hold on to. Like for me, the main thing I want to manifest is just love and
Peace.
compassion and joy and it gets challenging because what do I bring in? Anger or fear or so it's really, to really focus on what you want to manifest. So we thought this was the perfect time to kind of walk into that. So
For those new to Sacred Sounds of Coffee, Gail and I usually talk first, and then we do a candle lighting and sound bath at the end. So a lot of people come back and watch the candle lighting, meditation, and sound bath at the end over and over and over again. So feel free to use our videos like that. Both of us have playlists in our files on our channels for Sacred Sounds of Coffee, so you can see past episodes. I have to, hello, Jody Roberts. I'm like feeling her presence here. The very first video I did on Sacred Sounds of Coffee with Jody Roberts before she passed away was on manifesting. And it was a tremendous video. It was one of our most viewed videos that we knew people were coming back to over and over. And I was talking to Gail last week. I said, I think it's time to update our manifesting video because that one's a few years old now. And
yeah. And so much has changed. It's really, it's become a whole different thing, I think. And also, in kind of the pop spirit world, like people have made like manifesting. I want to manifest a new car. I want to, like it's become this sort of buzzword for, get what I want kind of thing. And so I think it's, just to look at it from a bigger perspective is really important too. It's,
I think, most people don't understand how to manifest. And when you say, I want, you just create more want. If you say, I need, you create more need. So you have to go into it with an intention that you're bringing this into your reality. I like to use the intention that it's already here. You know, ask and it shall be given, ask and you shall receive. It's already here. So if you can imagine living your life with what it is you're trying to manifest, if you can imagine what your life would look like with that, and place yourself in it, and have a strong faith or belief or knowing that it's already here, it's already given, then it's easier to bring about.
Yes, 100%. Yeah, and it's hard to see. I think sometimes that can be a challenge, but I absolutely, yeah, that's the way to go. I mean, I
It's
think,
hard to have the faith, to manifest.
yeah, um, especially when times get very
A
trying.
lot of people can't let go of a lot of people can't let go of how the universe brings it to you, and that's the biggest thing I think in manifesting. You put it out there, you know, like, thank you for, I always do it from a place of gratitude. Thank you for my financial abundance, or my abundance of new loving and trustworthy friends that I enjoy being with, or whatever it is you're trying to manifest. A new home where you're happy and safe and the energy is positive. um, but you let go of how the universe brings it to you. Now you have to pay attention to little synchronicities and things, but you let go of how it's coming to you.
Right. You don't need to know. That's the part. It doesn't all need to be figured out. You don't need to like know, well, I have to do this and then this and then this. You just put it out there as a whole, as a, from a place of, yeah, gratitude and thank you for this. And you don't have to know how
The
it gets
control
to you.
the control freaks try to control how
Yeah.
it comes to them. Like, they try to get too specific, like, well, I want it like this on this and this on
Right.
this date, blah, you know, they're it's like a little too specific, you know.
Yep. Absolutely. And then, I've had the universe have a good laugh on me when I've tried that one. Okay, I want this, okay, here you go. And then it's like, boom. Okay, well, I didn't mean that. Oh, okay. you know,
Do
so,
you have any
you can be given whatever you want, but just be careful how much you
yeah,
try to control it.
do you have any specific stories where you have manifested something for yourself?
So you know what? In terms of relationships, yeah, I was hoping for, someone strong, someone that could take care of themselves, someone who didn't, and then it's like, okay, 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 get the cleats off my throat kind of thing. I didn't mean that like that. So, you just have to
That's
say,
wrong. Yeah.
I want a loving relationship, or I want, and let the universe decide what that looks like to be truly, you know,
Loving, supportive relationship
yeah,
with someone who's a little bit independent.
right.
I have a great manifesting story, and I share this all the time when I do personal readings, because it's just funny and it's just interesting. I think in the power of manifesting. My back during the start of COVID in 2020, was that, or yeah, 2020,
1920, end of 1920, into 20.
20, when COVID first hit, before we had vaccines or anything, and we were all, hunkered down in our homes, interest rates dropped. They dropped way down to 2.5%. And my next door neighbors who had bought their house after me, they were locked in at a higher interest rate on their mortgage. When I bought my house, my interest rate, it was right around like 3.9% or something like that. It was under 4%, but it still wasn't 2.5%, right? Well, they were well over 4%. So they paid to refinance their house. There's a fee in refinancing. They paid to refinance their house and lock in the balance of their mortgage at that 2.5% interest rate.
Nice.
I was like, I thought about it, and I walked across the yard, and I came over here, and I got my little candle, reached out to my archangels. I said, thank you for refinancing my house at the 2.5% interest rate with no charge to me, with no refinance fee to me. And I put my little candle in the window and let it burn all the way down. I never blow out a manifesting candle. I let it burn all the way down. An hour and a half later, 2 weeks go by. Like, I let go of it, just put it out there in the universe. It's like it's taken care of. 2 weeks later, I get a call from my mortgage company, and I hadn't been in my house that long, so I didn't have that much equity, built up in it. And they said, "Would you like to refinance your house at the 2.5% interest rate?" And I said, "Well, what would it cost me to refinance?" And they said, "Oh, we're offering it to you for free because you don't have a lot of equity built up in the house yet. And we know if we don't do it for you, you're going to go to another mortgage company and do it." So they refinanced my house at 2.5% interest for free, no charge to me.
I love
Maybe
it.
several $1,000s in a refi fee.
Now
But
that's
it was just,
manifesting.
I had totally forgotten about it. Like 2 weeks later, and I get this call from my mortgage company. I'm like, what do they want with me?
Yeah.
What did I forget to make my payment this month? I was like, what? I was like, wow.
Nice.
But I think that's a powerful example of be
Yes.
specific, but let go of how it comes to you and
Right.
let it go to the universe. Let the universe handle it.
Absolutely.
Sometimes we have to do a little bit of work in manifesting. So, like if you're looking for a new job, I'll say thank you for the new job. But I still have to look, right? I still have to get on websites and look a little bit. But I know
Right.
that I'm being guided to the right job for me, that it's going to be a good fit.
Yes. Absolutely. And being discerning and, kind of knowing, kind of reading the little drops of here, look here, noticing those synchronicities and the bits and pieces that kind of come your way, like, okay, look here, you still have to be connected to the process in a very
Yeah, you have to pay
open way.
attention. Like when something happens, it gets your attention. You have to let it get your attention, and like, oh yeah, I did manifest this. Hang on, I need
Yeah.
to put this out there. And it's like I don't do it in an asking way. I do it in a gratitude way. Thank you
Mhm.
for this.
Yeah. And I think, like, for me, like, I've always been a pretty good, pretty clear and steady in what I am, want to manifest and how I want my life to, kind of stay focused. But I've noticed lately with all the current energy, like, it's been harder to, I notice I am still manifesting, but I also realized the other day how much energy I was giving, because you can manifest fears just as much by being afraid all the time, or you can manifest anger by being angry. And I really struggle with our current, circumstance in our country. And I thought, okay, one of the things I've done to kind of help with that is I get a pencil and a paper, and when I hear something that just enrages me, I wrote down all the things that I was so angry about in terms of personal, like, not listening or arrogance or, cruelty, so then if I don't want to focus on those things, what are the things that I would like to see? So, listening to other people, staying calm, and kind of really try to focus on manifesting the things that I want to see, as opposed to, getting so enraged and taking all that in and then being angry, fearful, upset. So that's been a real challenge because we're so engaged with all the things that are going on. And
That's
but I'm like,
that's
that's
where
the
I think you do have to, from a centered self, you do have to feel like, what does it feel like to have peace in the world? Well, you may not know exactly what peace in the world feels like, but you can feel like, what does peace around me feel like right now?
yes,
And you can dive into that and feel your way into it with baby steps, so you can start to create that peace around you and in your home, so that then you can manifest that on a bigger scale, with the collective, so to speak.
absolutely. And that's, what generally what I was attempting to do is just take these broad strokes of these things that are, harming people and causing all this chaos and bring it back to myself. Okay, have I mistreated people? Yes. Have I this and that? Yes. Do I want to see something different? Yes. Where do I start with that? So, like you said, bringing in that grounding, bringing in that peace, bringing in, and then, that's most of what we've got. I mean, that's the way to go forward. We can't do stuff for other people. You can't change anybody. So you've got your core and what you
We can
put
only
out.
change ourselves
Yep.
and how we react. So it starts from within, and recognizing how you feel and releasing that, and just sitting in, you're imagining it. Imagining that you're surrounded in a peaceful environment, or imagining, if you're trying to manifest a new home, imagining you're sitting in your new home feeling wonderful and joyful. And
Yep.
you don't have to be real specific. If you want a fireplace, put a fireplace in it, but
Right.
you don't have to be too specific, when you're manifesting it. But you can feel what it feels like when you're in your happy home,
Yep. And it
or
takes
your new
time,
car,
and
or whatever you're.
it takes, a bit of work. I mean, it really does. Even to calm my brain down enough to do that work, you have to stop. I have 2 jobs. I have things, all the things, like everybody else. And you got to slow down and get in that happy space. And when you're running, even that takes work, and that's okay. It's the most important work we can do, I think, is bringing in that core, because if you're like a happy, balanced individual that has peace and joy around you, however you've chosen to manifest that, that's what you're putting out. And that's what we are in need of is, I mean, it's, I think, at this time.
Beth will testify for me. I was on the phone with Beth Cat driving to my guitar lesson the other day, and I got there. My music studio is next to my shopping center, and it's just a mile down the road, but it's a strip mall, and it's hard for me to get a close space a lot of times, like a front spot. And it was really windy. The wind had moved in. It was misty rain and everything, and I got all the way there. And I was like, oh, I forgot my music. I left my music at home. So I put my guitar down inside, went back to my car. I'm like, okay, it's just a mile back down the road, get my music, mile back up. So as I'm backing out, I'm like, I'm going to lose. I got this great parking space. I was like, thank you, parking lot angels. Thank you for holding my space for me till I get back. And when I got back, my space was still there.
Yes.
So that was a quickie little manifesting. Like, okay, they're going to take care of it for me.
I have had that experience a lot of times, and I'm like, wow, and every time, even though it's so little, like a parking spot or just little things like that, it's like, wow, thank you. Like, okay, I'm here. We're here with you. We're here with you. Every time I manifest something really tiny like that, I think, okay, I'm supported. It's like a good lesson to remember. Okay, I'm not alone in this. I love the parking angels.
Those little examples like that, the parking angels, reminds us of what that feeling, that knowing, that as opposed to expecting, because you can expect forever, right? That knowing that it's something is being provided for you, that trust, that faith. Those little examples remind us for the bigger examples, like getting my mortgage down to a 2.5% interest rate.
Right.
The power of manifesting whatever it is that you're trying to bring into your life. And accepting assistance when it's given. So like for me, I was acknowledging my parking lot angels are assisting me with this. They're going to keep the space for me, right?
Right. Yep. Yep.
So
And that's true. That's huge, is accepting, you know, help,
knowing it,
accepting that. Yeah. 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 For sure.
it's,
Yes.
I didn't know how that was going to come to me with the mortgage thing. But accepting the help from my mortgage company when they called, it's like, oh yeah. Now I still had to do some work, right? They sent me files that I had to take and get a notary to watch me sign them and stuff. So I had to take them to my bank and get a notary, and then send them back. So I had a little work I had to do it, but it was it was super easy. It was offered to me with no expense. It was
Yeah.
awesome.
That's incredible. That's, yeah, it's always on the lookout for, those
What and you were
opportunities.
talking earlier about the fears, that are distracting us right now. When you're manifesting, you have to be fearless. You have
Yes.
to fear less. You have to be in a knowing and let go of the fear. You don't have to be in this like hugely positive um upbeat energy,
Right.
but be neutral with it, with a knowing, like it's
Yes.
being provided.
Yes. That neutral, um, you know, staying
Middle ground.
neutral, kind of staying in that place of, you know, curiosity, or isn't that being able to step back? That's interesting, kind of, place, as opposed to like, oh my God, the roof is falling,
Yeah.
and it's, yeah, to kind of get into that really neutral place and stay there, while you do that work is super important. And I actually pulled out, I was had called to me recently is Amazonite. I've been putting Amazonite everywhere, which is, kind of a um, stone of spiritual growth and healing, and um, can kind of help with that manifesting of peace and harmony kind of stuff. So I've kind of been putting it all over the house. I was like, oh, I woke up the other day thinking, oh, Amazonite, and I'm like, went down and got a bunch of pieces and put one in my work bag and one by the bed, and yeah, it
You
brings in a lot
new moon
of,
New moons are a great time to manifest something new, right? Full moons are a great time for releasing,
yes,
but the new moons are a great time to manifest something new you're trying to invite into your life. So like, I may not be trying to manifest anything huge, but a lot of times on new moons, I'll manifest a lot of those little things.
yes, yeah, that's like the best time to put out a new project, a new, intention, is that new moon. And I think we are, where are we in the new moon? I'm honestly not sure. Um,
We got the lunar eclipse on the full moon, March 13th, 14th.
okay, so
So we're probably in a new moon right
we're,
now.
yeah, 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 we're waxing. We're getting there.
Yeah. Um, I'm always going back to this book, Velvet
Oh, I
Dragonflies,
have to, I have
Billy
to get that
Tapata.
book.
I love this book. It's just little things on each page that make me think. And this one's called Gentle Reminder. Small steps are still small steps. Never undermine the progress you've made, because the footprints you see are not big enough to make an impression on where you want to be.
Nice.
Never underestimate that. Small
I
steps
love
are
that.
still steps.
That's
His
right.
his his book is what gave me the thought for next month's theme. I stumbled on
Nice.
something. I was like, oh, that's what we'll use for April.
Yeah, I
Um,
love.
and sometimes when you're manifesting, you have to let go of some old ways of thinking, some old patterns, some
Mhm.
old ways of doing things. And I love this on Rebirth. There are certain parts of me that are slowly dying But there's nothing sad about it because there's even more beautiful parts of me that are being birthed. So
Nice.
sometimes if you're having to let go of something to manifest something different, don't grieve that. It was
Right.
useful to you in its time. You learned from it. Now it's time to move forward into
And
something else
thank it
and
for what it
allow that
gave you.
rebirth.
Yep. And be thankful for the lesson it gave you, but it's still okay to let go. And I think, we're healing too from, kind of changing over from this last couple thousand years of Pisces into Aquarius. I think, there's so much intergenerational trauma that's, we're healing from, and ancestral, business that we're healing from and letting go. And I think that's, a huge piece of this too, where we're kind of, there's a huge like kind of dying off of all this old energy and bringing in a more harmonious.
Yeah,
um
I think too, like when you're manifesting, you have to let go of the timing. The universe knows what the perfect time is for you. So some things may take longer than other things. The two examples I gave are actually relatively quick, right? Timing things, but there's other things like finding the perfect partner for you, finding new friendships and things. Those kind of things sometimes take a little longer to manifest because they got to wait to align the right people with you. And he also writes in this book, be thankful for the lessons that you will learn while you wait for it to manifest.
nice.
Be
Yes.
thankful for the lessons that you're learning while you're waiting.
Yes, that's beautiful. I have, what did I do? Of course I brought us a Mary Oliver today, and it just kind of is acknowledging the presence, but also looking at like what are you going to do going forward, what is your choice, um but it's I love that she's so focused on the present and on the, the tiniest little detail that makes our lives so beautiful. So this one is called The Summer Day. Who made the world? Who made the swan and the black bear? Who made the grasshopper? This grasshopper, I mean, the one who flung herself out of the grass, the one who is eating sugar out of my hand, who is moving her jaws back and forth instead of up and down, who is grazing around with her enormous, complicated eyes. Now she lifts her pale forearms and thoroughly washes her face. Now she snaps her wings open and floats away. I don't know exactly what a prayer is. I do know how to pay attention, how to fall down into the grass, how to kneel down in the grass, how to be idle and blessed, how to stroll through the fields, which is what I have been doing all day. Tell me, what else should I have done? Doesn't everything die at last and too soon? Tell me, what is your plan to do with your one wild and precious life? And I think, that's manifesting. What are you going to do with the precious life energy you have? What comes next? What is that? What do you want that to look like? You
there's
know?
there's a lot of people when I'm doing readings that they hit an age, whether they're retired or they've got more time on their hands, and they don't know always what to do with themselves. And how to, after lockdown, a lot of us just getting back out there, in the world and of the world,
Yeah.
trying to find new ways to make new friends, to reach out and to find, well, what else can I do with my life? And I think sometimes just get in that moment and think about what you like, what you enjoy doing, um, and then see if you can find something that aligns with that, and manifest that. put
Yeah.
that out in the universe. Like, okay, I enjoy working with animals, so maybe I need to find an animal shelter where I go and read books to dogs and cats. You know, they actually do that.
Yes.
You know,
Yes. Oh my gosh,
um,
there's kids that
what,
play music, that read to the animals, that, you could go in there and, yeah,
so they
bring
hear a
your kid.
calm voice.
Yes.
So whatever it is, if you want to be more involved with children, do you have a local library where they have reading hour for children where you can read books to kids and
Right.
um, find the things that bring you joy, um, whatever it is you like to do, and don't be afraid to go out there, on your own to try something. Because a lot of times when you go out there on your own, that's when you make the new friends, right? That's when you start like talking to somebody new.
Yes, 100%. And that interactive energy is just brings you more of what you're looking for, like that, I mean, when you meet people with similar energy, similar, you know, wants and goals, and, then you start manifesting on a bigger level the more you connect.
I had
Definitely.
one lady, she's like, I'm such an introvert, like you know, I don't talk to strangers. I said, just go sit in a Starbucks and smile at people.
Yep.
All you have to all you have to do is look at them and smile. A lot
Yep.
of times, if they're a little more outgoing, they'll start the conversation.
Yep. And just that. Yeah, absolutely.
Just have an open face, like open to sharing.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. So yeah, I think, and just staying with your truth. I think, um, even no matter if it's challenging, if it's, kind of just staying with, and I think, on some level, everything kind of leads back to love. So staying in that love's, heart space, and allowing your intentions, or what you want to manifest to come from there. Like we said, don't, not in a place of fear or in a place of anger, or in a, some of those other energies. You want to, manifest from the heart and from a place of love, and then it brings all the joy and all the rest of it, um, to us, I think.
Timing is helpful. Like, I've been laid off before. I've worked in retail in 2008. It took a bloodbath. 3,000 people in my office were laid off in one day, and I was so angry that night. Was I going to manifest a new job that night? Oh no, I had to
Yeah.
release the anger, because I was so angry because they gave our CEO a multi-million-dollar bonus while
Yeah.
laying all these people off, and I was so angry
Yeah.
that I just had to like scream in a pillow for a little while and come down from that. When you're manifesting, if you can come from a place of calm knowing, you know when I wanted to try to manifest a job, and there was a timing thing. Everybody had hiring freezes on. No matter how many candles I lit, and there is such a thing as putting too much effort into it, because it puts a neediness
Right.
out there in the universe. Like, I'm
Yeah.
needy, I'm trying to manifest every day. Do that. But I mean, it took me 16 months to get back to work,
Right.
but I was provided for in the meantime. I kept the roof over my head. They
Yeah.
kept extending unemployment, which was amazing, right? So there was assistance that kept coming and kept coming, kept me going. Um, when I finally did get back to work, I had 3 job offers on the table in 3 different
Wow.
parts of the country. And
Yeah.
where I ended up was where I ended up making a very good friend that I'm still friends with now. Um, that
And that's the part we
made a
don't
lot of friends there, but
realize.
there was one that was in particular, was a very close friendship.
Right.
Um,
A lot of times the
so it,
universe is working that stuff in too, and that's part of the
yep,
waiting, and that's part of the part we don't realize, and that there's a bigger picture that needs to happen, and we just need to be patient, and I
yep,
think, working through the anger process too is part of what needed to happen, and
yeah,
then you got to
releasing
clear
that.
it, and it'll come. Yeah.
Here I was in Pennsylvania at the time. She was in Texas and laid off. So the two of us becoming friends down in Tennessee, we both took a job in Tennessee with this company, and just enjoyed each other so much. Like went out to dinner all the time, and at work we both worked for the same company. We kept it real professional at work, like work stuff. We didn't gibby gab that much at work, but outside of work, we had this great friendship that was really nice.
I love that. And you remember that way more than any of those work situations that went on. That's the valuable part of it, is, yeah. And it's so hard because we're so, our world is so materialistic, so focused on more business, business, business. It becomes our identity, and we forget, that other things are important, that the universe is looking at it from a different perspective, a larger perspective. Yeah. Wow, I love that story. And it's true. I'm trying to think of times where I've been so devastated. But I just know, actually, recently I was applied for a position and ended up not getting it and felt really devastated. But also at the same time, there was a part of me that knew, like, there's something else. This wasn't the thing. And so just, putting that out there and, like you said, maybe that means when I get the other job that is in place of this, maybe it's different people that I meet. It's different experiences. It's different growth. That thing either wasn't the right time or wasn't the right place.
That time, when I had 3 job offers on the table at the same time after nothing, for 16 months, I asked my angels and guides, I said, take one of them away so the choice is easier, so I can see where the universe is trying to align me with, aligning with divine order, like where I'm supposed to go, where I'm going to be happiest and have the most success. And like 2 days later, oh, we just had a hiring freeze put on. Sorry, we have to rescind our offer.
Wow.
Like, here we go.
I love that.
That was the economics of the time too. So it wasn't unusual, but you can, if you over manifest, you can.
Miraculous. I mean, that's pretty incredible. Yes. You know what I mean? Yes, hiring freezes happen and all those things happen overnight, but you put it out there and then boom,
help me make this decision. Take one of them away, so I don't even focus on it. So I'm just in between two.
I love that. The universe is awesome. If we could keep our heads on straight.
It's sometimes takes months or years to manifest things. So
for reasons we don't even realize. Yeah. And to be open to that. Yay. Are we ready for, are you doing a meditation today or something else?
Well, I'm going to ask everybody who's either watching this later or you guys in the chat, if you want to get a candle and light with me, I want you to think about something you're trying to manifest in your life. So we're going to do this meditation a little bit different. But I want you to learn to visualize what it is you're trying to bring into your life. So, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Ariel, any other archangels you would like to invoke, our guides and our ancestors, thank you for bringing our reality that which we desire. Desire meaning of the Father. Thank you for helping me to feel like what it is to have this that I am trying to create, that I am trying to manifest. Thank you for helping me be in the moment and to feel what it feels like to have that in my life. breathe in slowly and sense what it feels like to have manifested this reality for yourself. We thank you for helping us to know that it is already given. We thank you for bringing our attention and awareness to synchronicities on the path so that we see when it is coming. We thank you for moving our expectations into a heart centered knowing. We are no longer expecting this to come, we know it is here. We thank you for helping us let go of our fears and to bring our alignment in with the universe and divine order. And as we go into this sound bath, just continue to visualize what your life is like with this, whatever it is that you are manifesting. Let go of how the universe brings it to you. Everyone can slowly open their eyes. Get used to the bright light. You know, we forgot to talk about too in manifesting, like if you can use that manifesting to visualize yourself if you're trying to heal, if you're having health issues, to try to manifest good health. So you can try to imagine um, what it's like to feel your life force rising, to feel yourself healthy, whole, your mobility better. You know, it's not going to make you if you're in your 70s, 25 years old again. You know, but you can create healing and health through manifesting.
Yes, that was one of the bowls I was focusing on was well, all of them, but obviously heart, but also pineal gland and third eye to kind of bring in the wisdom, bring in the manifesting. So, but yeah, for health, so important, and it's hard when you're in pain or when there's major things going on to kind of visualize yourself well, healthy. Every cell in my body is happy and well, you know, and
If
connect
you
with
don't if you
our
don't know
health.
what you want to manifest for yourself, you can say thank you for the inspiration of something that would be wonderful for me to invite into my life, for me to manifest in my life. So you can ask for inspiration if that's what you need.
Nice. I love that. And I think too, connecting with nature is a big one because connect with life force and health and wellness. Just holding a leaf of a tree, that can definitely bring in that intuition, that inspiration of just making sure you get out and connect with the planet and with the plants and the animals and um, you know because they just do it
Absolutely.
naturally. They have a lot easier time than us, I think.
That's
Which
my
we're too.
favorite place to meditate, to do soft eye meditation is on my garden bench, with Lucy usually sitting beside me, and I let my eyes go very soft and just enjoying the spring flowers and things.
Yes,
And now
definitely.
we're warming up here, so we can get outside again.
Yes, I know we've been so back and forth. I'm like, there's, we are manifesting and then we back up. It's been
Yeah,
cold,
we go
cold.
-10, now we're up to 50. It's like
Yeah.
all over the place.
So to stay focused on what you want, my flowers back in the yard.
Lucy was happy, even though the snow, in the shady areas, there was still a little trace of snow the other day, but her
Yeah.
catnip's coming up.
Oh, nice. She was checking things out, making
I think
sure
she
everything's.
manifested it early this year because it usually doesn't come up till April.
Yeah, that's funny. She communicated with them, was like, come on, let's go, let's go.
I expect my catnip to be up when I get out in my garden.
Right. Get growing. It's a communal thing. Oh, thank you everybody for being here today. What a wonderful day. And the sun's out, which is nice, at least here. I know that's not everywhere, but I'm always grateful when I see the sun. It makes things so much easier.
Out more, I think we're getting in the low 50s today, and tomorrow up to 60. I'm like, whoa. Like, what
I
happened?
know, that's crazy. We were just back in the 20s. So we're back and forth right now, which is okay. Then you appreciate it when it comes. Awesome. So thank you everybody for being on today. I hope you enjoyed it. These are always so fun and wonderful to do and to kind of get everybody together. So, and thank you, Jen, always for being amazing.
We'll try to get back to first Sunday of the month.
First
We just
Sunday of
screwed
the
up
month.
last week and missed
Yeah.
first Sunday of the month.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't even
Yes.
think about it till I was setting up
I
Penny
didn't
Boots
either.
last
It
Sunday,
didn't
and I
even
was like,
occur. Nope.
I
Yep.
was like, Oh my God, we were supposed to do Sacred Sounds this morning. It's the first Sunday of March.
Yeah. Oh boy.
But what
Here
you
we
can watch
are
our
though.
community tabs. We try to keep you posted on what's going on.
Yeah. Okay, so we will see you. What will be the date? The 6th for April? That
April
first
6th, I
Sunday?
believe it was.
For that first
Yeah,
Sunday in April.
we'll be back
Then,
on my channel that week.
yep. Okay, we will see everybody there. And then thank you for being here today. It was good to be here.
Good to be with everyone.
Yes. Okay. See you next time, guys.
Bye.